Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Monday, March 10th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Cullman Middle School transition delay, a paid parental leave bill, and a weekend parking lot incident. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Cullman City Schools announced on Friday an adjustment to its sixth grade transition plan, saying that the transition is delayed until further notice. Superintendent Kyle Koloff expressed concerns about ongoing construction delays at the new Cullman Middle School facility. First Team Construction maintains that the project remains on schedule. The original completion date for the new building was set for September 2024. Later revised to March 2025, then June, and now July of this year. Given this shifting timeline, the district has determined it is in the best interest of students, employees, and families to delay the sixth grade transition until further notice. During the 2025-26 school year, sixth grade students will remain at East and West elementary schools while the district continues to evaluate construction progress. A decision on the official transition date will be made in the coming months, with potential options including a mid-year move in December 2025 or a full transition in August of 2026. The Alabama K-12 Public School and State Employee Paid Parental Leave Act of 2025 was filed on February 25th, and on Wednesday it was passed by the Senate. A paid parental leave bill could mean significant changes for educators and state employees across Alabama. Governor Kay Ivey expressed support of the bill in her State of the State address last month, saying that she was proud of Senator Vivian Figures and Representative Jenny Shaver joining forces to pass a good, responsible parental leave bill to support Alabama's state workers and teachers. The Paid Parental Leave Act of 2025 will provide paid leave for eligible state employees and K-12 public school teachers for the birth of a child, a stillbirth or miscarriage, or adoption. The benefit would apply to both mothers and fathers who are eligible employees. HB 327 is scheduled to be considered by the House Ways and Means Education Committee. For the bill to become a law, it must have full legislative approval before it heads to Ivey's desk for her signature. An incident involving a juvenile in the South Cullman Walmart parking lot on Wednesday night has been determined to be a misunderstanding, according to the City of Cullman. The incident occurred on March 5th around 7:30 p.m. when a woman reported that a young male opened the back passenger door of her vehicle while she was seated inside. According to Cullman City Communications Director Mary Beth Sellers, the woman stated that she had just gotten into her car when the door opened. As she began to get out, the juvenile ran away. The woman contacted dispatch and 2 Cullman Police Department officers arrived at the scene. One officer met with the woman while the other searched the immediate area. Cullman Police Department investigators were able to locate the vehicle the juvenile was in and identify the juvenile the following day, March 6th. The juvenile told authorities he mistakenly believed the vehicle belonged to a friend, opened the rear passenger door, saw the woman inside, and immediately ran off. No charges were filed in the case. Sellers stated the woman decided an apology from the juvenile would be the best resolution. Sellers addressed rumors that the incident was a prank intended for social media, stating there was no evidence to support that claim. While the Cullman Police Department issued an initial statement with limited information due to an ongoing investigation, after the footage was reviewed and it was determined there was no attempted robbery or carjacking from this incident, the department issued what they considered a necessary update due to numerous calls stemming from a social media blog post with inaccurate claims. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Bearcats collect a win over Hoover. Sports is next. Welcome back. The Cullman Bearcats returned home to Bill Shelton Field for a pair of varsity matchups against Hoover on Friday night. The Cats dominated Game 1, earning a 10-0 win in 6 innings thanks to a dominant performance on the mound from Cooper Lofton and a 13-hit showing at the plate. The Bearcats got off to a fast start. Brooks Heatherly led off the bottom of the first with a single, and Jonah Inman was hit by a pitch to put a pair of runners on the bases. Carson Stansel lined a single back up the middle to bring Heatherly home and give Cullman a 1-0 lead. 2 pitches later, Tyler Brock launched a 3-run homer over the center field wall to extend the lead to 4-0 going into the second inning. With a pair of bucks on base and just 1 out, Lofton worked his way out of a jam to keep Hoover off the board. Caleb Heiss reached base on an error in the bottom of the second, and Heatherly brought him around to score with a double to center field, putting the Cats in front 5-0 going into the third. Stansel and Brock led off the bottom of the third with back-to-back singles to create another scoring opportunity for Cullman. After Brock stole second during the next at-bat, Andrew Awe shot a 2-run single into center field to make it a 7-0 game after 3. Hoover was able to get 2 more runners on base in the top of the fourth, but Inman picked off the runner at first to end the inning and keep the Bucks off the board. In the bottom half of the inning, Lofton punched an RBI single into right field to plate Knox Malden and stretched the lead to 8-0. After a few pitches later, Brock scored on an error to put the Bearcats ahead 9-0 headed to the fifth. After a scoreless fifth inning, Lofton took just 4 pitches to collect 3 outs in the top of the sixth, and Cullman wrapped things up in the home half of the inning. Stansel led things off with a single to right field, and after a passed ball put him in scoring position, Brock lined a double into center field to plate Stansel and finish off a 10-0 win over Hoover. Lofton pitched 6 shutout innings on the mound, allowing just 4 hits and striking out 4 to keep the Bucks off the scoreboard. Brock finished the game 3 for 3 at the plate with 4 RBIs. Stansel added 3 hits as well, and Heatherly and Coulter Bowen each posted a pair of hits in the win. All added a pair of RBIs. Cullman will travel to Hartselle tomorrow to take on the Tigers. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, we'll bring you 4 stories in under 4 minutes, including a Law Enforcement Protection Act and a new learning center in Cullman. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Alabama House of Representatives has passed HB 202, the Back the Blue Protection Act. The Back the Blue Protection Act would repeal the existing peace officer immunity law and replace it with expanded civil liberty protections for law enforcement officers performing their official duties. Under this new protection, a law enforcement officer would be shielded from a lawsuit unless he or she was acting, quote, recklessly without law enforcement justification, or he or she was violating a person's clearly established rights. Local educator Lauren Rainwater opened the doors to Captivate Learning Center in January with the goal of changing the stigma and perception of tutoring. After serving in the education system for 11 years, Rainwater noticed a growing need for a place where students could receive tailored support while genuinely loving the learning process and building confidence. Rainwater is now seeking additional educators to help serve at the Learning Center. The center is currently seeking 3rd through 6th grade educators with more than 3 years of experience and an active teacher certification. Students can register for one-on-one tutoring sessions or enroll in learning pods. To schedule a session or for information on open positions, email captivatecullman@gmail.com. Each month of the school year, Cullman County Schools and AM First recognize a teacher and staff member who are going above and beyond in their professions. Recognized this month, Emily Davis, who teaches math at Vinemont Middle School. She also coaches volleyball, volunteers to help with basketball games, and handles the nominating process for the Eagle Way Students of the Week. Without Davis's help in these areas, Principal Kyle Chambly says the school would not be able to operate at the level that it does. Also recognized, Michelle Kimbrell is a special education aide at West Point Elementary School. West Point Principal Michael Lindsay says Kimbrell provides individualized assistance and creates a welcoming and inclusive environment that allows students to thrive. Each teacher and staff member of the month receives a $100 gift card. Bethany Baptist Church in Crane Hill is set to host an evening of worship and music with the popular Christian band Unspoken on Thursday, March 20th. Known for hits like Start a Fire, Reason, and Good Fight, Unspoken has built a reputation for their soulful sound and faith-driven lyrics. The concert will take place at Bethany Baptist Church, with doors opening at 5:15 for VIP ticket holders and 6 o'clock for general admission. VIP tickets are priced at $25, while general admission tickets are $15. A 2-for-1 general admission special is available for $24. For more information, visit www.bethanybysmithlake.com. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message.
Almonds in full bloom in the newest edition of Community Matters from the Cullman Tribune. Discover fresh dining spots, celebrate community connections, and meet local heroes making a real difference. From stunning sights to courtside lights, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Pick up your free copy around town or read it online today. Community Matters. Get to know your community.
Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Thelma Middlebrooks Busenlander, aged 93 of Cullman, passed away on Thursday, March 6th. Funeral service will be at 1 p.m. today at Sacred Heart Church, burial at Duck River Cemetery. Visitation will be from 11:30 to 12:30 today at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Sharon Faye Ham, 71, formerly of Hanceville, passed away March 6th. Funeral services will be at 10 a.m. Wednesday, March 12th at Hanceville Funeral Home Chapel. The family will welcome friends for visitation on Tuesday, March 11th at Hanceville Funeral Home from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mary Elizabeth Libby Lane, age 85 of Cullman, died Friday, March 7th. The family will receive friends on Tuesday, March 11th from 12 p.m. until the celebration of life, which will begin at 1 p.m. at Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow in Cullman City Cemetery. Gladys Grimmett Parker, 82 of Hanceville, passed away on March 7th. Funeral services will be at 12 p.m. Tuesday, March 11th at Hanceville Funeral Home. Burial will follow the service at Mountain Grove Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will welcome friends for visitation on Tuesday at Hanceville Funeral Home from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a moment to look ahead at your weather forecast. For your Monday, you can expect a chance of rain this morning with partly sunny skies gradually becoming sunny and a high near 66. Clear skies tonight with a low around 40. Tuesday will be sunny with a high near 73 and a low around 44. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful Monday, Cullman.